What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you another build video. It's going to be the Archon and the Gunslinger class. Honestly, I cannot put the Gunslinger down. It's personally my favorite archetype, especially when you pair it with other things like Archon. First, we'll go over the archetypes with you. These perks are phenomenal. So the damage perk is it increases your mod damage by 50% and it grants a 10% mod critical chance. The team perk is after casting a mod, 5% of the power spent will be regenerated by all allies over 10 seconds. While power creep is active, allies will also gain 5% mod power generation. So not only are you generating mod for them already over time, but their mod power generation, so when they shoot things or any other thing like that, they also have 5% increase there, which is great. Our utility perk is it reduces mod power requirement per charge by 15%. And instantly refunds 15% of the mod power cost and it splits among active mods. This is phenomenal. I get my mods back so much quicker. It's great. I personally am not really a relic user all like that. I haven't really upgraded them at all and bought anymore, so this doesn't really mean anything to me, but the relic perk is using a relic, grants 200 mod power for both equipped mods and additional 100 to the current mod that you're using, or in your hand, of course. So very nice perks for the Archon all around. We are going to take the Reality Rune archetype skill. I really love this, especially if you're in the apocalypse mode and you're in a sticky situation. You can slap this down and it's just going to apply to slow to enemies and their projectiles that go in the bubble. And you and allies also gain a 25% damage reduction in this. And the slow lasts a very long time. I was surprised how long the slow lasts and stuff like this, and it's great. When you're going against the elites and stuff, the slow is great. Now the Chaos Gate, it's kind of the opposite. You get more damage, more mod power generation, which would be ideal, but we get them back so quick already, we don't need this, and you also take more damage inside of this, so use these as you will. And the Havoc form is really cool. I love the aspect of it, but it just doesn't suit with the build that we're doing here. Of course, we get the trait from this. The Flash Caster increases mod and skill casting speed by 50%. That is the archetype trait for the class. And the Prime perk is awesome as well. This is why we run this primary. Automatically you generate 3 mod power per second. And then whenever you cast a mod, it increases all mod power generation by 100% for 10 seconds. Amazing. This allows you to get it back even quicker. That's why you don't need the Chaos Gate. For the Gunslinger, we're going to rock the Bullet Storm. It unleashes the full power and speed of the Gunslinger. I'm pretty sure we've gone over this in another build video. But it increases your fire rate, reload speed, lasts 20 seconds. Single shot weapons become fully automatic. So if you're using a shotgun as well, boom. Crazy damage. Crazy fire rate. It's amazing. Now the perks on this gets even crazier. You get 15% fire rate already, 25% range damage, and 5% critical chance for all firearms. The team perk is ammo pickups award 30% additional ammo per player with the bonus split equally among teammates. Causes ammo box to drop additional ammo on the ground. Firearms gain 10% reload speed. Bonus is doubled if the magazine is empty. And the relic perk is using a relic reloads equipped firearm and increases range damage by 15% for 10 seconds. Don't get me wrong, using your relics and stuff is good. You actually want to. Me personally, I just always forget about them. So I forget to level them up and I forget to use them. So, but we'll get to how we heal here in a minute. If you don't have a healer and you're playing solo, we'll get to hear that here in a second. Another reason why I love this class, the Gunslinger, is you get 50% increased ammo reserves as a trait. Love it. You stay with ammo constantly. Okay. Now if we move on, gear is personal preference. I love the way I look here. I'm probably going to rock this most of the time. I am chasing the red crown from the Red Prince. I think that would be a nice addition to this gear. But we will go ahead and go over a relic. I do use the Runed Heart. You regenerate health by 5 and more mod power generation right here if I do use this. Now, I have mod cost, skill cooldown, and even more fire rate on this. I just want my mods to come back even faster. I want my skill cooldown to come back. I want my skills, you know, up and running all the time, just in case. And then I grabbed more fire rate just because of this weapon right here, the Merciless. I really didn't like this at first, especially in the low levels, but at level 10, this thing shreds. It still only has 39 damage on it, but the rate of fire on this thing is nuts. Not only that, but once you do fully compress the weapon as you're firing, you will apply bleed damage over time. I don't really have anything boosting my bleed right now, so it's just kind of a passive thing to do damage for me. But we are running this mostly because of the mod Bloodline. You fire a devastating blast which penetrates through all enemies in its path, deals great damage, 25% critical damage bonus, and 3 times additional stagger. The Bloodline damage increases by 50% for each enemy penetrated. Now, the mutator we're running on this is Bandit. I put this on every single one of my weapons. It's just too good. And with a 50 round magazine on this, you get on hit, it grants a 30% chance to return spent ammo directly into your magazine. When ammo is returned to this weapon, it gains 10% increased more fire rate for 3 seconds, and it can be stacked up to 10 seconds. So, even more fire rate. Lots of ammo, lots of fire rate, lots of damage. Melee weapon is personal preference. I personally like the Smolder. I love the way it looks. I don't really use melee attacks all like that, but if I had to choose a second option, I would go with the Assassin's Dagger, just to go with the bleed more. Now, the only reason why I have this on is personally the mod by itself. There's hardly a time that I usually pull this out and actually use the magazine. I mainly pull this out to use the mod. Not only do I have the Harmonizer Mutator on it, which increases your mod damage by 20%, and at level 10 you generate 25% additional mod power for your stowed weapon. So this just generates in the background. I pulled this out because, like I said, we're going to get to the healing here in a second. Now, we're actually rocking Golden Ribbon. It increases your mod damage by 25%. So, with the Archon class perk, that gives us 50% mod damage. Plus this, that's already 75% mod damage. Your mods are going to be smacking. And of course, this gets another 20%. Whenever you activate a mod, it grants you haste. If you're not sure what haste does, it pretty much any type of speed motion in the game or speed buff, haste grants you that. Gives you fire rate, reload speed, consumable use speed, all the good stuff. That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to run this whenever I activate a mod to get haste, because haste is, I just love it. I love being fast, more fire rate, just give me the fire rate. But the mod damage is very nice too. Like this, the mod on this just smacks. It's great. And normal enemies, it just knocks them to the ground because of the stagger damage. And you'll be staggering elites a lot more too. We are running Xania's Malice. You could switch this out for something else if you want. But I love this because we're not really getting any weak spot damage from anywhere. So we rock this because whenever we do deal weak spot damage, it increases our weak spot damage by 10% for 7 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So a nice way to get some weak spot damage without, if you don't have any in your archetypes or anywhere else, you can throw on Xania's Malice. Rocking Spirit Stone for even more mod power generation. And with the healing, here's where I heal the most from. Using a mod generates 10% of max health over 10 seconds, and it can stack up 3 times. So you get 3 charges of Bloodline. The mod on this weapon gets 3 charges, and it only has a mod power requirement of 286. So we're going to be popping this mod constantly. With all the mod power generation and stuff we get, constantly we're going to be popping this mod. That's another reason why I'm rocking Xania's Malice too, is because whenever you do hit a weak spot, the mod on Merciless just hits hard, and it just keeps hitting harder after that. We also get 7 charges of the Chaos Driver of the mod of the Enigma. 7. So whenever I need a quick heal and I'm not in a fight, or I just got out of a fight, I need to heal, and I don't have a healer with me, this is why I rock this. Even if I do have a healer with me, if he doesn't have his heals up, this is very nice to have because I have 10 mod charges, mostly all the time. Because this is charging in the background, we're shooting stuff with this, and then here comes this into play. This is another optional choice of a ring, but I love it. Elemental damage generates 15% additional mod power. So whenever you apply any status effect like bleed, lightning, fire, it is working with Stone of Malevolence. We are getting it back even faster with 15%. As long as they are bleeding or lightning, my mods are generating from that damage. So, big fat damage all around. Very nice. Lots of mod power generation. Lots of damage. I can actually go ahead and show you over here. And I already have the mod back. 3 charges again. So you're constantly having up this ring as well, even if you're just using this gun. And whenever I pop... Let me reload this real quick. Whenever we do get at the bottom there, right next to Zania's Malice, that is our mutator, the one that gives us increased fire rate when we get ammo back to the magazine. Okay, so we have that fire rate buff right now. And the gun is shooting quick. We haven't even popped our skill yet, so we'll pop that. Look how fast this thing shoots. Now that's a lot. We get a total of 38.8%. Not only to mention, when you pop a mod, it gives you haste. That also gives you fire rate. So we'd have been even at more there. It's nuts. I love it. I've been rocking this build for a good while now, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. I can go over my traits with you guys, but personally I just have Scholar on right now because I'm leveling up other archetypes. So for the most part, I do level up my Vigor all the way, Endurance, Spirit, Expertise. Barkskin is situational, but I love reducing incoming damage, so I have that maxed out, and Stamina Recovery. Everything else is personal preference with your traits, but this is what I'm rocking right now. I'll probably switch Scholar out for something later. I also still don't have the 2 traits here, and I'll probably max out one of the archetype traits that I get, or at least put 5 points or something into those. But I hope you guys enjoyed this build video. It's very nice. I love it. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next build video. Thanks for watching.